Hey everybody, I'm Sean, and welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody. On today's episode, I am out at Badger Reservoir one more time for this year. My daughter is with me, just decided to get out of the house today. She's behind the camera, and gonna start out today by actually looking for some lost gear. So yeah, we're gonna get the rods in the water and try to pick up some fish, but the primary reason today is to see if I can get my tent pegs back. So more on that in a minute. The other thing we're gonna do is set up the ice tent so that I can keep my daughter nice and warm, and then we're gonna see if there's any fish today. So Kieran and I were here about a month ago, got skunked, which was the first time we've ever been skunked at Badger. But I mentioned in one of my previous videos, we also dropped the tent pegs down the hole that we were fishing in. And it just so happens, because I have GPS on my phone, I know exactly where that was. And in fact, we just relocated our old holes. You can see them on the ice here. And so I am going to attempt to do a recovery today. I'm going to re-drill one of our old holes. And I got a magnet with me, and I'm hoping to be able to recover some of my tent pegs. So here's hoping. Okay, so as I mentioned, icing on the cake today would be if we caught a fish, but the real reason I came back to Badger is I wanted to try to get some of my tent pegs back. Because as I said, we knew the location of the hole, I was able to come back and drill a hole. So I've re-drilled the hole that they fell down. The next thing I needed to do was confirm that this was in fact the right hole, even though I was pretty sure that it was. And so I dropped our yo-yo camera down the hole. I took the rings off so that the camera is filming straight down. And lo and behold, I found the tent pegs pretty fast. So what I did was, on Amazon, I bought a relatively cheap magnet. It's still a pretty strong magnet. It says it'll hold up to 50 pounds, which is more than enough for me. But it's small enough that it actually fits on the end of a fishing line, which is pretty cool. So I can go fishing with my fishing rod and try to recover these things. Now, I just dropped it down the hole and something is on the end of my rod. So I think I might have got one of my anchors. So I'm gonna tighten up the drag on my line, and I haven't looked yet. So I've either caught one of my anchors or I've caught something else somebody dropped in this lake. But if this is one of my anchors, this would be pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. That right there is pretty awesome and well worth it. So there's the little magnet I bought you guys. Oh, it's strong. As I said, fits on the end of a fishing line. I just got it in my leader, and 1 of 5. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to recover today, but there's 5 of them down there, so I'm going to keep fishing. All right, I can see it down the camera hole right now, and I do know that there's at least 2 more in the view of the camera. Gotta be pretty close to one right now because I could see them. Oh, I think I got one. I do not. The unfortunate thing is I'm using the yo-yo that doesn't record underwater footage, which is really unfortunate. So you can't see what I'm seeing on the camera. But maybe if my camera person comes over in here and has a look at the screen, you'll see what I just picked up here on the screen. All right, so I've seen it on the camera, this one. I didn't see the other one. This is tent peg number 2. Pretty happy about this so far. All right, I'm gonna try a different hole. I think there's another one down that hole. I think I got another one. And the reason, so here's the strategy, you guys. I identified the hole in the center that they fell down, but the thinking was that when they fell down the hole, they fell and they didn't fall straight down. They spread out from the hole, which is exactly what happened. So I've recovered one from this hole, I've recovered one from this hole, and now I just got another one from this hole. So I'm 3 for 3. There's 2 more down there. Let's see if we can get another one. This is pretty cool. All right, you guys, I think I got another one. We're doing this real time too, no editing. I might have got 2 here. This feels really heavy. Nope, just 1. All right, so we've recovered 1 from each of the 4 holes. I have no idea where the 5th one is. There were only 5 that went down. So this is the challenge, is am I gonna be able to find that 5th one or not? Just one last update from Badger out here today, you guys. You can see how much ice conditions change quickly. So the ice is still quite thick. In fact, it's still 24 inches of ice, which is very thick, but it has been extremely warm here in Alberta. And so you can probably see the water laying on the ice. There's about half an inch or a couple centimeters of water just sitting on the edge of the ice. And so first and foremost, it's very slippery out here, which is why we have ice crampons. I don't know if you guys have seen those before, but you just slip on your boots. We got ours from Costco, and they grip into the ice really well, particularly on a day today like today when it's melting. These grip in really well, so you're not going to slip on the ice. So that's great, but the top of this ice is really soft. So hopefully we get a little bit cooler weather coming up here. I don't quite want ice fishing season to be over yet, so hopefully it cools off again a little bit. Okay, we're back, and I can tell you that the fishing has been really slow today. We have seen some fish on the scope, and I'll come back to that in a minute, but because we haven't caught any, I decided I would do another product review. And it's going to actually be my new chair that I'm sitting on. This is the Mossy Oak hunting chair from Browning. I just got actually as a gift from work, so I'll go over the features of that. To come back to the fishing, we have not been able to pick up any. We have seen some on the yo-yo cameras today, in fact quite a few, and some species I didn't expect to see. So we were in an area that we were fishing last time when we got skunked, so, and that's because I had to be in the same area to get the tent pegs. So we knew that there was a chance that it was going to be pretty slow. What I wasn't expecting is that we picked up quite a few different species. There were a lot of whitefish that were roaming around today, our cameras, a lot of whitefish, and then a couple of perch, which I wasn't expecting here in Badger. I guess I should have assumed there was some in here, but they don't list them in the regulations. Oh, there's whitefish. I did switch up the gear. At one point I put on a tungsten jig with some Berkeley Power grubs, little maggots, power maggots. Could not entice a bite from the perch, could not entice a bite from the whitefish. And then in the middle of all that, a pike came by, and we watched a pike try to bite our smelts that we put back down the hole for about 25 minutes. And it would put its lips right on them and just refuse to bite. So We did see some fish, but unfortunately haven't been able to pick any up. So because it was slow, I decided, as I said, to do this product review, and let's get to it. Okay, so as I said, I want to do a review of this Mossy Oak hunting chair from Browning. This is a pretty impressive chair. It's got a bunch of features that I like, and that's why I wanted to give it a review. So first and foremost, this is the full setup. But one of the things I like about this chair is you can actually do it with the back down, and so it just becomes a stool. So if you don't want to have this in the way, you can just sit on it as a stool and it works great. Or if you want the back support, you can put this up and you've got the back support. Another important feature is it's got a couple of pouches here on the front. Now, because it's a hunting chair, it says that these are for shells or for decoys, but works just great for fishing as well. You can, stuff some things in there, a drink or a small tackle box, and that's fantastic. And then the other feature that I like about this chair, if I turn it around here, what you'll see underneath this chair is that the base of the chair is a cooler bag, and it's a pretty big cooler bag too, actually. So you've got a lot of room in there that you could put in an ice pack, some drinks, maybe some food, whatever you want. And it's insulated, so it's going to stay cool or warm depending on what you put in there. And then when your day is done and you want to pack up, it just folds up. There's a shoulder strap if you wanted to carry it that way, but because I'm using it for ice fishing, I just fold it flat, put it on the base of my sled, and we're out of here. So pretty good. Just thought I would share that with you guys. One new piece of kit, the Mossy Oak chair. So there it is. So we're gonna call it there. No fish. We did hit prime time. It's currently 4 o'clock, 4:15, and the pike, we definitely finally found them. Circling around our holes constantly. I'm going to throw up some footage right now. These were the pickiest pike I have ever seen in my entire life. We did everything we could to get those pike to bite. They would hit it and let go, hit it, let go. Tried some different lures. Could not get them to stick. I do know that there's some people out here who caught a few today because we heard them catch a few, but for whatever reason, the ones around our holes would not bite what we were presenting. You know you want one. You know you want one. Oh, come on. You just have to open your mouth now. You're right there. You're right there. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of underwater footage, and we're going to close it out there for this episode. Remember, if you liked the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, good fishing.